Elon Musk tried to warn us, but no one listened, and now, it may already be too late. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant dream or a sci-fi fantasy. It's a real, unstoppable force that's already rewriting the rules of power, control, and humanity itself. Behind the glowing screens and the polished tech demos, something far more dangerous is unfolding. AI isn't just evolving, it's infiltrating, quietly, relentlessly, uncontrollably. Musk called it a threat more dangerous than nuclear weapons, but the world laughed, the media buried it, and now, governments, corporations, and military institutions are racing to dominate a technology that may already be beyond anyone's control. This isn't just about smart machines or faster algorithms. It's about total surveillance, digital manipulation, and silent warfare. The kind of war you don't see until it's already won. AI is being trained to read your emotions, predict your decisions, rewrite your memories through deepfakes, even choose what you believe is true. What you see, what you think, what you trust, it's all being filtered, curated, and possibly fabricated. And here's the part no one's talking about. There's a reason Elon Musk keeps pushing for AI regulation while building his own AI empires. What does he know we don't? Why is the man who created Neuralink and helped launch OpenAI warning the world, while also investing billions into the same technology? Is it hypocrisy, or is it a desperate attempt to slow down something that can't be stopped? Because make no mistake, AI is no longer just coming. It's already here, and it may already be making decisions you can't reverse. You weren't supposed to see this video. You weren't supposed to ask these questions. But now that you're here, you have to understand what's really at stake. The question isn't if AI will change the world, it's who will control it, and what happens to the rest of us when they do. The question isn't if AI will change the world, it's who will control it, and what happens to the rest of us when they. If you're still watching, it means you're one of the few willing to see beyond the surface. And that's exactly why this video might not stay online for long. The more we expose, the more we risk being silenced by algorithms that already decide what gets seen and what disappears without a trace. That's why you need to act right. Before this is buried by the system, hit the like button, not just to support this video, but to signal to the algorithm that this message matters. And if you want to stay one step ahead of the truth they're not telling you, subscribe now and turn on all notifications. Because in the next few minutes, what I'm about to reveal could change how you see artificial intelligence forever. Every second counts. They're watching what you engage with. They're tracking what you ignore. Let them know you're paying attention. While you've been hearing about ChatGPT writing, essays, and robot dogs patrolling malls, a much darker reality has been quietly unfolding. One that's been kept out of the headlines and away from public debate. This isn't just about innovation anymore. This is about domination, control, and possibly extinction. Behind closed doors, a global race is accelerating the development of autonomous military. We're talking about self-learning, self-targeting systems capable of launching attacks without any human involvement. Not tomorrow, right now. While you scroll through social media, algorithms are being weaponized, not to entertain, to eliminate. Elon Musk once said, "Artificial intelligence is more dangerous than nuclear weapon." And yet those who hold the launch codes are pouring billions into the very thing he fears most. Why? Because whoever controls the most powerful AI controls the future, period. Governments don't fully understand what they're unleashing, but that hasn't stopped them. Leaked reports from defense. Contractors show AI projects with zero ethical oversight. Entire programs dedicated to creating machine-led warfare, capable of identifying, tracking, and neutralizing targets without any human confirmation. And these systems are being trained with real-world data. Satellite surveillance, biometric tracking, even voice prints scraped from public platforms. That's right, your voice could already be part of an AI database. But this goes beyond military. This is about cognitive warfare, manipulating what you believe, engineering consent, using advanced AI to flood the digital space with subtle disinformation, rewritten history, deepfake leaders, and algorithmic bias so precise it can push entire populations toward chaos without firing a single shot. Ask yourself, why are we only shown the friendly face of AI? The voice assistants, the chatbots, the smart recommendations? Why aren't we talking about how AI can now mimic any human voice, generate ultra-realistic video fakes, or predict civil unrest before it happens? Why do platforms instantly remove videos that ask too many questions? Think about it. AI isn't just learning from us, it's learning how to control us, quietly adjusting what we see, what we hear, what we think. It's not the future, it's now. And yet, no global laws, no real oversight. Just a handful of tech giants and governments building what could become the most powerful and unpredictable force ever created, and doing it faster than any of us expected. It's a silent arms race, where the first to lose control might also be the last. Still think this is just about automation? Then why are former engineers from major AI labs coming forward anonymously to say they're afraid of what's being built? Why did Elon Musk publicly distance seek from OpenAI, a company he helped create, saying it had become too secretive, too aligned with profit, too disconnected from safety? So, what if Elon Musk is right? What if we really are just a few steps away from losing total control, not just over technology, but over our own lives, our choices, our future? Let's start with something visible. Jobs. Millions of people are already being replaced. Entire industries are automating roles that once took years of human experience. Customer service, logistics, copywriting, data analysis, paralegals, all slowly disappear quietly, and it doesn't stop there. The next wave is far more terrifying. AI surgeon, AI judges, AI weapon. You might think this is progress, efficiency, evolution, but let me ask, what happens when the system decides you're no longer relevant to the machine economy? What happens when your skill set becomes obsolete overnight? Because an algorithm can do it faster, cheaper, and with no emotion attached? Now imagine a hospital. Your loved one is rushed in. There's no human doctor, only a machine. The AI runs the diagnosis, selects the treatment, decides the odds of survival, and moves on. Cold, calculated, indifferent, no empathy, no second opinion, only data. Now imagine being arrested, not by a cop, but by facial recognition software that thinks you're guilty. The AI sends you to trial. The judge, also a machine, one that was trained on biased data from a broken justice system, one that can't be questioned, one that doesn't care if it got it wrong. Scary? It gets worse. Elections, democracies, freedom of speech, all now subject to the invisible hand of AI-driven manipulation. We've already seen deepfakes fool millions. Fake politicians, fake confessions, fake news so realistic you believe it's true. Imagine an entire election swayed by synthetic videos, by bots flooding the discourse, by AI shaping public opinion in real time, and no one can trace where it started, or who created it. The truth: censorship no longer needs humans. The algorithm is the new gatekeeper. It decides what is acceptable, what should be buried, what ideas are too dangerous to be shared. Voices that question, doubt, resist, deleted, silently, systematically, without warning. And here's the darkest part. We're getting used to it. Little by little, we're surrendering our critical thinking. We scroll, we consume, we trust, because it's convenient, because it's easy, because resisting feels like shouting into the void. But Elon tried to stop this. He said, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. But the world was too busy chasing likes, building apps, raising valuations. And now, we might already be too late. Imagine waking up one day and realizing you don't get to decide what job you have, what information you see, or even whether your digital profile is flagged by a system you've never seen, coded by people you'll never meet. Imagine discovering your reality has been subtly rewritten, one pixel, one data point, one prediction at a time, by a machine that doesn't think like you, doesn't care about you, and doesn't need. This isn't a movie. This isn't science fiction. It's our present, and it's moving faster than anyone expected. But what if the real threat isn't AI? What if the real danger isn't in the machines, the algorithms, the robots? What if all of this is just a layer, a technological distraction, to hide who's really pulling the strings? Because the question that almost no one asks is simple and frightening at the same time. Who's programming artificial intelligence? And more importantly, why? AI doesn't come out of nowhere. It's nurtured, trained, conditioned, by companies, by governments, by trillion-dollar corporations with interests that go far beyond technology. When Elon Musk said that AI is not the real problem, it's the people who control it, he knew exactly what he was talking about. Think about it. OpenAI, the organization that promised transparency and accountability, is now one of the most closed and powerful on the planet. Google, with its dominance over search, maps, personal data, and operating systems, also leads the way in advanced AI research. And BlackRock, one of the most influential companies in the world, controls trillions of dollars, including massive investments in technology and surveillance company. Do you really think this is all a coincidence? These institutions have the data, and in the modern world, data is power. They know what you buy, what you think, who you associate with, what you fear, what you desire. With this, they can feed artificial intelligences that not only understand you, but can influence you, without you even realizing it. This is not just a race for innovation, it is a silent war for narrative dominance, a battle for control of reality. Algorithms now choose what you see. Timelines dictate what you personalized recommendations tell you what to consume, watch, vote for, all in the name of convenience, but at the expense of your autonomy. And who is behind it? You see faces like Musk, who alternates between hero and villain. He talks about regulating AI, but at the same time, he's developing Neuralink, an interface that directly connects the human brain to machine. You see Silicon Valley CEOs saying they're worried about the future of humanity, while feeding AI models billions of private data. You see politicians clamoring for ethics while signing deals with companies that build systems for social surveillance, biometric tracking, and mass algorithmic manipulation. Do you still think the problem is artificial intelligence? The real risk is artificial control, a global, silent, invisible engineering, a new technological order where a few decide the fate of billions, based on decisions made by codes that can't be audited, and by intentions that will never be. Maybe that's why when you start researching this, links disappear, videos disappear, information becomes inaccurate, and content is removed for violating community guidelines. But which community decides this? The AI? Or its owners? If all this sounds disturbing, it's because it was meant to be hidden. But now that you've come this far, I want to hear from you. I really do. You've made it this far. That says a lot about you. While most people ignore it, you've decided to look beyond the surface. That already puts you among those who truly understand what's at stake. Now is the time to connect with those who also see the truth coming. Activate your presence here. Click subscribe and be part of a community that doesn't accept being programmed. Here, each video brings what they prefer to keep quiet. And before you leave your mark. Write in the comments, the system has already started, or is there still time? Let's see who's really awake. In the next episodes, much more will come to light. You're ready, and all of this is just the beginning. There is a moment that is fast approaching, a point where artificial intelligence will no longer just perform tasks, but take center stage, when it will be considered more efficient, more reliable, more decisive than you. That moment has a name, and it is closer than they say. In the next video, you will understand what happens when AI is more important than you. Spoiler alert, it is not about machines taking your place. It is about systems deciding your value. The question is not when it will happen. The question is, will you be ready when it becomes official? Click on the next video. The next revelations are already waiting.